Okay, so have you ever ordered an action figure or Funko Pop or any type of collectible, whatever your thing is? In this video, we'll talk specifically about action figures, but it can apply across the board. Have you ever ordered an action figure online? You get the package in the mail, and you can tell it's been a bit of a bumpy ride for that package. Maybe the corner's crunched in a little bit, there's a puncture wound on the side, things maybe are a little lopsided looking. It's had a rough journey. Luckily, in most situations, the contents of the package are going to be fine. However, if you're somebody who does sell action figures online, like I do from time to time, we want to do everything that we can to make sure that figure does not get damaged during transit, even if the package is mishandled a little bit, which there's a possibility that it will be. So the first thing that needs to be addressed is the size of the box that you're shipping the action figure in. You want it to be adequately sized. Nothing too big, nothing too small, just the right size. If the box is too small, then anything that happens to that box during transit, like let's say the corner gets crunched a little bit, there's a puncture, maybe it gets, thrown around a little bit, who knows. Any impact to that box, there's a greater chance that the figure inside the box is going to feel it. So you want to make sure that the box is big enough so that you can add packing material on all sides of the figure to provide padding in case there is some kind of impact or some kind of blow to the box. Also, if you're shipping an unopened action figure or carded action figure, one that is sealed and has never been opened, then there's a good chance that the actual packaging of the action figure, the actual box, the card, whatever, could get damaged if any damage comes to the box that you're shipping it in. There's a much better chance that it's going to get damaged if you ship it in a box that is just too small. Now, if you use a box that's too large, well, you're probably going to end up wasting a lot of packing material. Which leads me into the next part of this video where I'm going to talk about packing material. So, what do you use for packing material? Well, you can use bubble wrap, you can use packing peanuts, packing paper, plastic grocery bags, any number of things will do. The way I see it when it comes to packing material, one of the most important things to keep in mind, whatever it is you decide to use, whether that's packing paper, packing peanuts, whatever, one of the most important things to keep in mind is the packing material clean? So, for example, if you have a box full of packing peanuts that's been in your attic for the past 10 years and it's just covered in soot and dust and cobwebs and all of this, you probably shouldn't use that. Basically, when you're handling the packing material, if your hands are getting all grimy, well, then your buyer's hands are going to get all grimy. Just don't do it. Find something clean and use that. Now, when it comes to actually packaging the figure for shipment, what I like to do is make sure that there is packing material, whatever it is that you decide to use, that there's packing material on all sides of the figure, basically bracing it against the sides of the box. A lot of times when people are shipping carded action figures, I notice that they might just lay the figure down at the bottom of the box and then just have packing material on the top. I don't like to do that. I like to make sure that there are, let's say I'm using packing peanuts, that there are packing peanuts underneath the carded action figure, on top of it, on the sides. Maybe that's overkill, but to me, it shows that you're going the extra mile to make sure that the figure is safe. And like I said, in case there is like a puncture or something, there's less of a chance that it's going to actually damage the action figure card or the action figure. So yeah, make sure that the contents are cushioned on all sides. I also like to make sure that I add enough packing material so that the item inside doesn't move around when I shake the box. So you want to add enough so that it fits very snugly in there. So a way to test this would be just take the box, kind of close it up the best you can without taping it, and shake it around a little bit. If the contents are bouncing around in there, then you need to add more packing material. You want to add enough so that it sits very snugly and securely inside the box. Now, if you're shipping a loose action figure, which is an action figure that has been removed from its packaging, it's been opened, a used figure. If you're shipping a loose action figure and that figure has a lot of accessories, what I usually like to do is put those accessories in a sealable bag. You can also use a tiny box and put them in there if you like. If the figure has a lot of delicate pieces that you think can be easily broken, maybe a small box would actually be better. Basically, don't just throw the accessories in there. Make sure to separate them out, put them in a bag, in a box, something, just to keep everything nice and organized. Now, building off of what I said about fragile accessories, if the figure that you're selling has just fragile parts or delicate, really thin parts, then you're gonna need to be extra careful when adding packing material. Yeah, you wanna make sure that you add enough so that the figure is sitting snugly in the midst of all the packing peanuts or whatever, but you also don't wanna add so many that it's applying unnecessary pressure to the figure, which could end up resulting in something getting broken. You're gonna have to use your discretion here and a little bit of common sense, and finding that balance is gonna be a little difficult, but it's something that you're just gonna need to do, especially when shipping delicate figures or figures with delicate pieces. Some of them, you're just gonna need to wrap it in a plastic bag, throw it in the box with all the packing peanuts, close it, and ship it off. But if you're shipping something that has some delicate pieces or something that can break, then you got to be a little bit more careful about that. So I think that about wraps things up here. Basically, if you do all of these things, you're good to tape that box up and ship it out. Just to recap, you want to make sure that you pick an adequately sized box, not too big, not too small. Use enough packing material so that you can brace the figure against the box on all sides. Be sure to account for the fact that some action figures may have delicate parts, so you don't want too much pressure being applied to the figure. Separate any accessories. Be sure to put them in plastic bags or boxes. If they're delicate, maybe put them in a box, and then tape it up and ship it off. That should cover just about everything. Okay, so that's about it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it to be helpful. If there's something that you feel like I left out that I maybe should have included, maybe something that could apply to shipping certain types of figures, feel free to leave it in the comment section below and maybe I'll do a follow-up video. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it to be helpful. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.